Hey there. It's been my experience with dealing with the multiplication tables and teaching them to students that the one times table that most students have the most difficult time with are the sevens, for one reason or another. Now, I do have a few theories as to why that is. Number one, it's an odd number times table, which means you're not dealing with even multiples, so you don't have that even number pattern. Also, because you're dealing with such crooked numbers, 7, 3, 1, all that, that there's really no real set trick or rule that you could use necessarily to help you with it. It's just one of those times tables that you're just going to have to say, hey, I just have to memorize it. I just have to memorize it. And worst case scenario, I just have to add 7 each time. But there are a couple of things, rather, that I'd like to share with you that might help make it easier for you. I hope it does. I hope this makes it easier rather than confuses you more. Because if it does confuse you, hopefully you could just replay it and take notes as you go. Because I think this will help you in the long run, okay? Once you get the hang of it. So I made this chart, okay? Notice place value columns, tens, ones. Now in the tens column, I've got the pattern, and this you have to memorize, 0, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6. It should be 1, 6, sorry. 6, 7. So 1, 0, 1, 1, 2 2s, 1, 3, 2 4s, 1, 5, 1, 6, 1, 7. 0, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's you're going to have to kind of get in your head. I've also got the 7 times table written down from the 7 times 1 to 7 times 10. The first 10 multiples. On the ones column, I've got this pattern. -3, -3, plus 7. Once again, -3, -3, plus 7. So once again, the tens, 0, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7. The ones, -3, -3, plus 7. Let's see why these come into play. First of all, you see where it says 7 times 1. We know the answer is 7. But before I do that, you see the 0? I'm going to put it in the tens place right there. Now the 7 is going to go here. Okay? I'm always starting with 7. Okay? So I can get rid of the 0 now. Right? Now I go to 7 times 2. What's the next tens digit? 1. Now take this 7 in the ones column, because notice I got them in the ones. Subtract 3 from it. What's 7 minus 3? 4. In other words, 7 minus 2, or times 2 rather, is 14. Goodbye to the 1. Now I go to this 2. Put the 2 here. Go to this one. This minus 3 now. But you should probably keep track of like that. Now, what's 4 minus 3? 1. In other words, 7 times 3 is 21. Goodbye to this 2. I got another 2 here. Goes right here. Now, you notice I use my minus 3s. I got to go to the 7 now. Plus 7. What's 1 plus 7? 8. In other words, 7 times 4 is 28. Goodbye to this 2. Now I go to the 3. 7 times 5, put a 3 here in the tens place. I've used these up. Now I go back to the minus 3 again. I just keep rotating back to the beginning where I started. What's 8 minus 3? 5. In other words, 7 times 5, is 35. Right? Now I cross out the 3. Now I go to the next number, which is 4. 7 times 6 is 40 what? Well, here's the next minus 3. What's 5 minus 3 again? 2. 7 times 6 is 42. Goodbye to this 4. 7 times 7, there's another 4. Put it here. 2 is too small to subtract 3 from, so I go to the 7. 2 plus 7 is what? 9. In other words, 7 times 7 is 49. 7 times 8. There's a 5. Crossed it out up there. Now I go back to the minus 3. What's 9 minus 3? 6. 7 times 8 is 56. Notice I check them off as I go. Forgot those. 7 times 9. There's a 6 in the tens place. Subtract 3 from 6. What's 6 minus 3? That's 3. In other words, 7 times 9 is 63. Now I go to the 7. 7 times 10 is what? Well, that's easy. Subtract this 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. 7 times 10 is 70. Let me say some things that I may have forgotten as I was doing this to make it maybe even a little easier. The reason why I put these here is because these only go with the ones digits. Okay? Also, if you lose place as to which one you're up to, think of it this way. 2 of these are the same. Look at the ones digits. If the ones digit is too small to subtract 3 from, you know you have to add 7. You can even do it that way. For example, 7's big enough to take 3 away from. 4's big enough to take 3 away from. But 1 isn't. So obviously you got to add 7. And that's why you get 8. Now you go back to the minus 3 again. Remember, 0, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7. Minus 3, plus 7. Minus 3, plus 7. The pattern never changes. Once again, these are only the first 10 factors, but that should help you get started with the understanding. Now, there's something else I want to share with you. I'm going to put here on the side to help you memorize certain individual multiplication problems that have a 7 in them. First of all, I got news for you. You should already know what 7 times 1 is. You should already know what 7 times 2 is because you should know your 2's. Even your 3's, you should know. Okay? But let's say that you're struggling with that with the 3's. One way to remember what 7 times 3 is, what 2 digits add up to 3? 2 and 1, right? That's one way to do it. 7 times 4, okay. You know you're in the 20s still. What's 4 times 2? 8. That's another way to look at it, right? Remember, these are individually now. 7 times 5 you should know, right? You should probably be really comfortable with your 5's by now. Okay? Remember, I wouldn't go for the 7's till I've mastered the lower times table, so keep that in mind. Now, 7 times 6, people have a hard time with that one sometimes. That's okay. What 2 numbers add up to 6 that are not the same? 4 and 2, right? That's one way to look at it. Now 7 times 7. This one's a little silly. I'm a big football fan. And if you know the rules of football, you know that when you get a touchdown and a kick, you get 7 points, right? Well, let's say that both teams got a touchdown and a kick. What would the score be? 7-7, right? What's the only football team that's got a number in their name? The San Francisco 49ers, right? What a coincidence. 7 times 7 is 49. Just a coincidence. I mean, they didn't do that on purpose for football. And we was like that already, but long before football. But the point is, that's one way to remember it. 7-7 is a tie football game. What's the only team that's got a number in it? The 49ers. Sounds silly, but it'll make it easier. I think so. I've seen it happen like that before. Now you got 7 times 8. What's 7 times 8? Well, what 2 numbers come before 7 and 8? 5 and 6. 7 times 8 is 56. Now 7 times 9, if you saw my video earlier, you know what we do with the 9's. We take the number that's not 9, which in this case is 7. Take 1 away from it, that would be 6. 6 plus what is 9? 3. 6 plus 3 is 9, right? So hopefully these will help you get the trickier ones. But as far as the 1's, the 2's, the 5's, of course you know the 10's. Just take the 7 and add a 0 to it. 70. You could try that. That's just strict memorization, little tricks in your head. But as far as the pattern goes, if there is one, it's minus 3, minus 3 plus 7 with the ones digits. And the tens digits go 0, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to take some time to get the hang of it. Press pause, replay, write them down, make up problems, test yourself. You'll get it, okay? But once again, it comes down to this. Sevens are weird. You just have to sit down, memorize them. But hopefully this will make your journey a little easier, okay? See ya.